All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this joint meeting between three incredible clubs and coming together of the journeys of three different clubs today evening. So Toastmasters of Delhi meeting number 276. There's a typo here. Toastmasters for Entrepreneurs meeting number 17 and Anime Toastmasters Club meeting number 12. It's always great to meet people from different backgrounds, from different clubs, join us together in conducting this joint meeting. So warm welcome to all of you to today evening's session. We have an exciting lineup for you throughout the meeting. So stay tuned and we'll get you started. Before we begin, at Toastmasters, our mission statement is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. A few housekeeping rules before we begin. A couple of Zoom guidelines since we are in an online environment. Please do not use the share screen option unless required by a speaker or role player. This disrupts the flow of the speech, flow of the speaker as well as the flow of the meeting. So please do not do so unless absolutely required. If you are a speaker or role player, please do an audio video check before you start speaking so that none of the time you spend on stage is spent in vain. So please do an audio video check before the meeting starts, before your time starts. The meeting will be live streamed on YouTube. So anyone looking to get a copy of that or a link of that can message us after the meeting and we'll send you the same. If any member wants to record the speeches, can request tech host to give recording rights to each speaker. So any individual speaker who wants to record the speech on their own computer can request, can just send a message to the tech master on the Zoom app, and then I'll give you a rights to record the speech. Lastly, when we're handing the stage over to the next speaker, use a high five or a namaste to pass the stage over to the next speaker. This is done so that we replicate the offline medium of meetings where we used to handshake when we pass the stage on to the next person. This is the online meeting statement, which states that by attending, your name, some more details might come on the YouTube channel on our live recording because the entire meeting is live streamed on YouTube. So this is just to tell you all that you are recorded and your name and a few other details might appear on YouTube. A few other guidelines: please refrain from talking about religion, sex, or politics. Secondly, I give all of you 10 seconds to please rename yourself. If you're a speaker, evaluator, role player, guest, please do add that prefix in front of your name so that it's easier to reach out to you during the meeting when we need to call you on stage. So you have 10 seconds, please do so starting now. In the meantime, guest briefing will be done after the meeting. So all guests who have joined us can please stay after the meeting and the executive committee, someone from the executive committee will join in to brief you and tell you all about what Toastmasters is all about. And lastly, and this is very important, active participation. Turn your videos on, cheer every speaker who comes on the stage, starting from the presiding officer, Toastmasters of the day, all the speakers, all the role players. It's your happy faces, your cheers, your smiles, and your enthusiasm that you bring on as an audience that keeps all of us motivated. So cheer with your videos on, keep actively participating. Show some love, show some reactions to the Zoom reactions. I think Zoom has built it specifically for Toastmasters. So use those reactions to encourage everyone on stage. With that, I'd like to hand over the stage to our two presiding officers today, Toastmaster Nupur Awasthi from Toastmasters Delhi and Toastmaster Kirti Raj from Toastmasters for Entrepreneurs. Give a huge round of applause for the presiding officers for the day.
A warm welcome to everyone here. They say two is a company, but what is three in Toastmasters? Three is not just a great company, but it's a merry company. So here we are, three clubs together. Wow, it's really something that I have never heard of, and I'm so excited to be a part of this meeting here. Excited to welcome you and really humbled that we all have accepted and we all have gathered here today. I would like my fellow Presiding Officer Kirtiraj to address everyone before we start welcoming the guests, please.
Thank you so much, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Anupar. Life is always a celebration in ups and downs, and that is where whenever we Toastmasters come together, we celebrate diversity. How many of you feel so? Even if there are times where we had these kind of pandemic issues, still people came together in such short, small rooms, and then it destroyed all the boundaries between countries, and people could celebrate the diversity of culture, the diversity of customs between people, as well as it led to a lot of people growing and exploring what Toastmasters is all about. I personally believe that when we entrepreneurs and other people, be it from anime who love anime universe, people who are into the business related backgrounds, or people who are from corporate, when they come together, there are new ideas which are celebrated. And that is where in this boisterous setup, I would like to welcome you all in this joint meeting between three clubs. And yes, the presence of three is always enriching. That is where I would like to thank you all for taking out your precious time and being a part of this joint meeting. Today, we have a lot of guests with us. We have a lot of people who have been in Toastmasters since a lot of time. And that is where I would like to invite my fellow presiding officer again to just proceed with this beautiful meeting. Over to Toastmaster Nupur.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kirtiraj. Right, the first one I can see as a guest is Divyansh. And Divyansh, I warmly welcome you to this joint meeting here. Could you please share a few lines about yourself and what brought you to this meeting?
Hi, good evening to everyone. So my name is Divyansh Marvaha, and currently I am a student who just passed out this year amidst the pandemic. And it's been a great feeling to listen to all of you and to see your happy faces. And, it's a great time that finally I made it to my first meeting of the Toastmasters as a guest. But in the future, I wish I will continue with you all in the same presence, in the virtual as well as the physical presence. And currently, actually, I got to know about Toastmasters from one of my colleagues, and he encouraged me to pursue the following passion towards going towards the leadership skills and improving my personal and interpersonal relationship with you all. And I hope that, I'll be having a great time ahead in this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Divyansh. Well, the first step is the most difficult, and you have already taken it. So the road forward is pretty easy. All right. I can see Palash Dubey. Palash, are you a Toastmaster? I'm sorry, with three. Palash?
No, I'm actually, I have joined first time.
Hi, Palash.
Hi.
I welcome you to this meeting. Would you like to share a couple of things about yourself and what brings you to this meeting here?
Yeah. I come from the Anime Toastmasters Club. I once saw the ad on the Facebook about the club, and then I wanted to join it, and then I joined it. And this is the first meeting of mine.
So you're already a Toastmaster. You are a part of Anime Club.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great. Well, congratulations on the first meeting as a Toastmaster. Right, we have Samarth. Samarth?
Yeah, hello.
Hi. Hi, Samarth. Are you a Toastmaster with any of the three clubs? Or
No.
within? Okay.
I'm also here from Anime Toastmasters WhatsApp group.
Anime Toastmasters WhatsApp group. So you are here as a guest.
Yes.
Great. We welcome you and we are so happy to have you. Would you like to share a few things about yourself, please?
Yes, my name is Samarth, and currently I'm pursuing my mechanical engineering BTech. And uh, one of my friend, he just I was having some problems in speaking English, and he suggested me to join this Toastmasters group so that I can have a good English speaking conversation and prepare for the further interviews, like in so I can sit in any job interviews and all.
Okay, I can say that you've come to the right place, and I'm sure we all will benefit from you being a part of this family, the Toastmasters family. So welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right, I believe we do not have any other guests there. So before we hand over to the TMOD of the day, Toastmaster Kirtiraj, would you want to share something?
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nupur, for beautifully welcoming all the guests and their august presence today. Today, we have a Toastmaster who has always been exploring a lot of things. This Toastmaster is someone who has faced a lot of hindrances in growth and still has always been keeping himself strong throughout and enjoying the journey as it brings a lot of roller coasters. That is where I would like to invite and welcome you all to appreciate the presence of the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Majeti, who is going to let us know how beautiful journeys in life are. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Kirtiras, for a wonderful introduction. So before going into the meat, I'll tell you how the Toastmasters today's meeting will be going on. So basically, today's meet has been divided into 3 sessions. In the first session, we'll be having a prepared speaker sessions where 2 speakers will be delivering their prepared speeches. And next, we'll be having the second session of table topic session, which is the most interesting and where we will be given a topic on the spot and we need to deliver a speech on the spot. And next, final session is the evaluation session, where general evaluator will be explaining, telling where we went right, where we went wrong, and all those things. So this is a short about the today's session. So right now, I want to introduce the team for today. Journeys. There's a famous quote saying, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 step. And yes, many guests have made that 1 step today. Basically, the journey is a never ending. There's always gonna be growth, improvement, adversity. You just want to take it all in a what's right. Continue to grow, continue to live in the moment. That's what journey is. So going forward, I have a small story which everyone knows about the axe and a forest. Woodcutter with axe. So basically, I'm telling this story is about a woodcutter who lives in Sahara in Africa. He's a very hardworking woodcutter who goes to the forest daily, who chops the wood and bring wood to the city and sell them for his life being. So one day when he went to the forest and he was cutting the tree very hardly with a axe which is not sharp, a person in the forest who is going by the way, he said, "Why can't you sharp the knife so that your work will be little more easy?" That time, the woodcutter spent his time of after almost half an hour time sharpening his axe. Once after the axe becomes sharp, he started cutting the trees, and rest is a history. That's how Sahara turned into a desert. A small anecdote. So everyone in their life, they need to keep 1 step so that they can start improving. And that step I made in my journey, that is Toastmasters. So when I came to Toastmasters, can someone tell me when you heard about the Toastmasters, what did you feel? What was your reaction? Like, what do you think? When I heard Toastmasters for the first time, I thought it's like a teaching institute which teaches about toasting, bread toast, and all those things. Can someone tell me what did you feel when you heard about Toastmasters for the first time? Hello.
It sounds a funny name.
Yeah.
So
Any others?
I would say you are a very good boy because your thought went on toast, as a bread toast. Our thought would have gone on toasts. So a master of toasts, but that thankfully we had a background on Toastmasters before I joined. So from someone who had introduced me. So thankfully the name did not give anything. Any misguiding information.
Great. So right now, same thing happened. So when I attended Toastmasters for the first time, I thought it's a place where people will be sharing their thoughts and all. And you know what? In my first Toastmaster meeting, what did I discuss about BJP? I thought I can share my political thoughts also. So later on, they were so kind and affectionate. They told me, so this is, we can't do this thing. This is about the self-improvement and all those things that happen. So going further about my journey in Toastmasters, I don't want to waste more time. I'll just start calling the general evaluator, who is the Isa Pervin, who will take forward the meeting. Isa Pervin.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving. Good afternoon, everyone. I am the general evaluator of today's meeting, and my role is to evaluate the whole meeting. And I'm responsible to maintain a proper decorum in the meeting. For this purpose, we need pillars to support our meeting. Without these pillars, we cannot conduct our meeting. And these are our tag team: timer, a counter, grammarian, and active listener. I will call one by one. They will come on virtual stage and explain their role. First, I would like to call our very own Toastmaster Bhavna as a timer. Toastmaster Bhavna, please come and explain your role.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aisha. As public speakers, it is very important for us to realize the power of perfect timing. There is a reason why movies are timed 2.5 to 3 hours and why college lectures are timed 50 minutes. In order to make our speech effective and take it to the next level, it is very important that we maintain our time limits. So my role as a timer today would be to keep a track of the timings of all the role players, speakers, and evaluators. First, for prepared speeches, the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. I will be showing the timer cards on my background so speakers can pin me to their screens. I'll be showing the green card at 5 minutes, the yellow card at 5 minutes 30 seconds, and the red card at 7 minutes with a buffer of 30 seconds on either sides. For table topic speeches, the time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. I will be showing the green card at 1 minute, the yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and the red card at 2 minutes with a buffer of 30 seconds on either side. For speech evaluators and table topic evaluators, the time limit is 2 to 3 minutes. I'll be showing the green card at 2 minutes, the yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and the red card at 3 minutes. A pro tip from a timer to all the role players and speakers would be to start presenting the main crux or message of your speech as soon as you see the yellow card, and start wrapping up your speech once you're done with your message so that you're within the time limit and you are not disqualified. With this, we look forward to having a wonderful session which starts and ends on time. Thank you so much. Over to Toastmaster Aisha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavna. Thank you so much. Now it's time to call Neha as a Graminian and our counter also. Neha, please come and explain your role.
Thank you, Generative Evaluator Aisha ma'am. Firstly, I'm explaining my first rule, which is as an grammarian. It is good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. I am the grammarian for the day. I shall note down the good usage in the not so good usage of the language, as well as grammatical errors made by the speakers and role players. Apart from that, uses of other language like Hindi, regional, and foreign languages should be avoided. If their usage is necessary, kindly translate them into English for everyone's understanding. I shall also keep note of any pronunciation mistake as well. In addition to that, I shall keep a track of the number of times the word of the day has been used by different speakers. So now it's time to tell the word of the day. The word of the day is indomitable, which means, does anyone know the meaning of indomitable? Before I'm telling. It means very brave. As I can use in the exam sentence, it's during the pandemic, instead of to shatter, India has indomitable spirit. So we can use the sentence in that way. That's it from my side as in grammarian. Now I'm moving to a role of active listener. In this role, I'm listening very actively and for the entire meeting. And during the meeting, I will listen everything actively, and at the end of the meeting, I will ask the questions to test your listening skills, how we all are actively listening here. Thank you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neha. Now it's time to call Sarang. Sarang as our counter.
No, Neha is the accountant, Sarang is the active listener.
Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sarang, please come on the stage and explain your role as an active listener.
Yes, sure. As a listener, my role is to carefully listen to the speakers and the TMOD. Draft 4 to 5 simple questions to be asked when called upon by the GE. It will take 2 to 3 minutes. Give preference to guests when people raise their hands to give answers. And those giving correct answers shall be rewarded by a virtual applause. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarang. And this is from my side. I will again come with my report as a GE. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thanks a lot, Aisha. So now let's start the session with the first thing, speakers. So today we are having 2 speakers. So to evaluate those 2 speakers, we have 2 evaluators also. So right now, I call Simranjit Kaur.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. So the speaker is going to deliver his level 5 project 1 speech 1. The purpose of the speech is to have a detailed vision of himself and to share some aspects of the vision to the club. The title of this speech is What's Your Dream? And the timer, please note the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you very much. Best of luck to the speaker.
Great. So now I invite Avinash Singh, the first speaker of the day. Avinash Singh, what's your dream? What's your dream, Avinash Singh?
A few days ago, I got up at 5 a.m. I quickly changed into my running shoes and I ran for 10 kilometers. While running, there were a lot of eyes looking at my indomitable spirit in the chilly morning. They are saying, "Oh wow, what a handsome dude running towards his goal." I came back, I made a protein shake for myself, and then I was thinking about the day where I had to create a lot of videos as a learning and development professional. I had to work on the book I was writing, the final touches, and finally, I had to also prepare for the TED Talk, which was about to happen in January. And after that, everything was blurred because I didn't remember the remainder of the dream. APJ Abdul Kalam said, "Dreams are not what you see while sleeping. Dreams are which don't let you sleep." So, what is your dream, Mr. Toastmaster and my fellow dreamers? Now, what Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said is somewhere very close to a vision. A vision is where you want to be at a specific period of time. And in this project, I was supposed to share my vision, whether it is professional, personal, or an organizational vision. So I will give you a crux of where I want to be. By the end of 2022, I want to be known as a coach, trainer, and a well-known influencer. And well-known, what do you mean by well-known? If people see me, they know, oh, Avinash. YouTube? Instagram? Maybe. And that is what I need to do. I created my own firm in 2020, right before the pandemic starts. And it has been almost 2 years. And I'm still trying to get head away to reach that particular vision of helping people realize their own dreams, help them build their capabilities. So I thought, let me plan my vision of being a well-known coach, trainer, and an influencer by 2022. How will I do that? I will need something which can guide me. GPS? I thought it's a good idea to use GPS. So let me share my GPS with you. The G is the goal. What is the goal? Now, my goal is to be an influencer, a person who can influence you to reach your highest potential. Now, I was looking at a lot of YouTubers and I came across this billionaire who was showing off his Lamborghini. And there were so many views. Believe me, everyone wanted to drive that Lamborghini. Millions of views on that YouTube video. And then I went to his channel. And the next video, which has very less views, there he was sharing how he was able to afford the Lamborghini. And it gave a simple idea. People don't like to be educated. They want to be entertained. But I don't believe in this. I believe that there is a way to achieve both goals. Edutainment, add a little bit of entertainment to the education, and people will go and try to change their behaviors. Tell those stories which can influence them. So my goal is to create those kind of videos, those kind of posts which help people take action, those stories which influences people, those stories which inspires people. My plan is to share a video a day. That is something which I intend to do for the whole year. And believe me, the only way to achieve adding more followers, adding more people who actually are concerned about what you're doing is consistency. You keep on doing what you do, you keep on improving, and eventually people will see, hey, let's see him. He puts a lot of videos. Is it of any value? And if you can provide that particular value, then you go ahead and add more followers, you reach more people. There are so many people who started, someone like a following love uh, YouTuber who started with a lot of stories and now he has released many. So that's my plan, a video a day. And apart from that, social media marketing. And the S, the goals, the plan, and the strategy. The strategy is to keep on sharing it on different platforms, helping friends and family to find or take feedback too of what I can do better. What do you think should I post next? What do you want to learn? How much you want to upskill? What are the skills you want to learn? And that's something I want to do. So this is my GPS. My vision is to be known as a coach, a trainer, and an influencer who can change lives, who can help people, influence them to take action and reach maybe that Lamborghini. People like to drive that, but it will take some effort. So, what is your dream? Whatever it is, add a GPS to it, and believe me, you will reach your destination. And when you reach there, the lady will say, you have reached the destination, which is on the right. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Oh, what a speech, Savinas. What a speech. Wonderful. I guess I should also start setting GPS for my life right now. Thanks a lot. So now let's go to second speaker, Rohan. Rohan, Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy, Rohan.
I need to.
Oh, sorry.
I need. Okay.
So now I introduce second evaluator to Aditya, who will be evaluating the second speaker, Rohan.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Aditya Abhishek, and I'm here to share the. I'm here. First of all, I would like. I'm Aditya Abhishek from Anim Toastmaster Club, and I would like to congratulate and give best of luck to Toastmaster Rohan Bansal for his first speech of second pathway. And the purpose of his speech is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. I repeat, the purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. Best of luck to Toastmaster Rohan. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Great. Thanks a lot, Aditya, for reminding me. So now I invite Rohan. Guardians of the Galaxy, Toastmaster Rohan, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hello, Toastmasters and guests. When I was 6 years old, my paternal grandmother passed away. There were many memories from that day, but there's one memory that never fades away. It's a memory where my father called up my brother and he said that I can't afford to come to the funeral because we are facing a shortage of money. Seeing my parents struggle in that particular moment, I was 6 years old, so I didn't know that my parents were struggling. I thought this was a regular day-to-day of our life. But seeing them struggle, seeing how they have gotten out of adversity has been an absolute game changer for me. How resilient my parents were in growing me and my sister from adversity to where we are today. So seeing my parents go through difficult times, seeing how resilient they were, seeing how they overcame their struggles to where they are today has taught me a lot about life. How I was raised by my parents is a testament to the fact to how I am standing in front of all of you today. Even though I did not realize at that particular time when I was 6 years old, when he made that call, I knew as I grew older that my parents were wiser than I am right now. They made me a better man than because they wanted a better life for me and my sister. So fellow Toastmasters and guests, this is an ode to my parents, and here are 5 life lessons I learned from my parents throughout my journey so far. Lesson number 1, sadness is all part of life. This is perhaps the biggest learning I have learned from my parents is being sad is okay. It's completely okay to be sad. Sadness, pain, anger, resentment, anxiety are all part and parcel of life. It teaches you the importance of struggle. It teaches you the importance of being resilient, of building character out of adversity. And so many of us actually run away from the sadness. Have any of you noticed that in yourself or the people around you? We run away from struggle and we keep wondering why we are not growing in life. Ask yourself this, if you're not willing to be a part of the struggle, if you're not willing to dive deep into your emotions, how will you help the others who are dependent on you to grow out of the struggle? This is perhaps the biggest lesson that my parents taught me is being sad is okay, but growing out of it, building character, building strength from that sadness is a crucial part of living, is a crucial part of what makes you who you are. So be sad, it's completely fine. Go through the struggle, go through the experience, and that is what will build you. Lesson number 2, it's perfectly okay to fail in life. My parents taught me that it's okay to fail, but it's okay never to not try. Do whatever the hell you want. That's what my parents told me when I first got out of college. And this has been a driving factor of so many things I've done in my life, from pursuing entrepreneurship to joining Toastmasters to doing so many different things in my life in the past 10 to 12 years. Now, this is something I did not realize growing up because I went through the similar motions. But growing older, I realized the importance, the value of this very crucial life lesson is that it's okay to fail. Which brings me to point number 3. Your reality is the reflection of what you tell yourself every single day. Can you imagine if my parents going through adversity, if they had told themselves that they were not meant for something bigger? Can you imagine that what you're saying to yourself right now might be something that's holding you back? Failure does not define you or your identity. It's not who you are. Your identity is what you make of it. Imagine for a minute, tell yourself this, what if you drop the perception of yourself that you've created in your mind? Each one of us in this room today is not absent from that particular perspective. Each one of us thinks something of ourselves. each one of us has an image of ourselves in our mind that creates who we are today. What if we drop that? What will be left in the world? You'll be free. The world will sound more beautiful, more free, more willing to approach you with what you want in life. So your reality shapes you. It shaped my parents. It helped them come out of adversity to becoming more successful than they ever could be today. Lesson number 4, and this is a secret if you can keep it between us. My dad taught me that it's okay to make an illegal U-turn when cops are not looking, but keep it between us. That's okay. Which brings me to lesson number 5. Appreciate what you have. My parents never, ever, ever grunted or complained against the situation, against the circumstances. They always made sure that we think we have everything in life. And that's true, isn't it? If we have the people around us who care for us and we have a big family, there's nothing else. Being in the present moment makes you appreciate who you are and what you have. So be in the present moment, and this is perhaps the most life-altering lesson that I've had, is to appreciate whatever you have while working hard towards what you want. Now, after these 5 lessons, you might be wondering why I've named my speech Guardians of the Galaxy. It's because if you are an Indian parent, or if you have an Indian parent, you should know that my dad would give a lecture to anyone who's willing to listen to him, and my mom is willing to feed anyone who comes to our house. So if they had the choice, they would be the parents of everyone in this whole goddamn world. So they're truly the guardians of the galaxy because they have the root core values of empathy, compassion, growth, sustenance, and so much more. So I invite all of you in the audience today, leave a comment in the Zoom chat of what values have you learned from your parents. And maybe write a letter to them saying, how you feel about them, how they help shape you. You might uncover some insights that you never had before. Toastmaster of the day, what insights do you have? And I look forward to seeing your letters. Back to you.
Wonderful speech, Rohan. For sure, I will also write a letter to my parents now. Great, thanks. Can we have ballot votes now for the speakers? Great, thanks. So today morning, great, okay. So coming back to the team, today morning I ran a small survey within our teammates just to understand how their Toastmaster journey is happening. And I got very good, and the answers were quite interesting. And I understood that today in meeting, there are people who are more than 2 years of experience in Toastmasters journey, and I'm just a beginner here. So I asked them, why did you join Toastmasters first? So I got very interesting answers. Many people said that they want to come for improve their public speaking skills. Some came for building leadership skills, and some came to meet new people and make networking. When it comes to networking, I can say I'm the most benefited guy in this Toastmasters because I'm moving to new city, and because of this Toastmasters, I have many friends in the new city, thanks to Toastmasters. So in Toastmasters, basically, when a person starts his journey, it will teach you about leadership. It will give you speaking skills. It will teach you about how to manage a team, how to manage the roles, and all those things. So it's a good, wonderful journey. When we are going in this journey, there are many people who will be guiding us all through our journey in the Toastmasters. And finally, everyone's target is one thing: to self-improve ourselves. So going further, I'll just want to start with our second session, table topic session. So I invite our table topic master for today, Mayur Patel. Toastmaster Mayur Patel, that stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Magiki. So good afternoon to all Toastmasters and day guests. I'm Toastmaster Mayur, the table topic master for today's meet. And you know, on the table topic master table topic round is for all the members to practice thinking and speaking skills on their own feet. And this is also known as impromptu speaking round. This impromptu speaking round focuses on 4 communication skills that are thinking, listening, organizing, and delivering. And to help you practice these 4 skills, I have made up some few topics that will help you meet this goal. As we know, Toastmaster Club have a tradition of bringing as many people in their meet as possible. And this session, this impromptu speaking session, this is also known as table topic round, uphold this value by providing an everyone opportunity to speak. So I will encourage you all to give it a try. You will have 10 seconds when you get a topic. And also, as the grammarian said, you are urged to use the word of the day and the phrase of the day in your speech while delivering your speech. And I will have a 10 slots, means that will be number from number 1 to 10, and you have to choose any number between them. And beside the number, there will be lying a topic, which will your speech title. So, who want to go the first? You can raise your hand, or you can volunteer yourself, or I can choose from any of the participants. So, who will be the first speaker today? You can raise your hands by the raise hand option in your screen. I can see Toastmaster Chintan has raised his hand. Toastmaster Chintan, are you there?
Chintan, you have unmuting rights. I'm not sure why you're not able to.
Toastmaster of the day, can you see that everyone can unmute and
So everyone has the unmuting rights, so I'm not sure why. Okay, we can go with someone else, I think.
Then who wants to volunteer? Okay. I cannot spell your name. It's Zasrias Jacob or what?
Zakaria.
Okay, Zakaria Jacob. Thank you for being volunteering. So, which is your favorite number, or which number will you go? You can directly speak, or you cannot unmute, or what?
I'm not sure what's happening because it's
the same thing happened to me. I left the meeting, and when I joined again, now I can unmute and open my video.
okay. So Zach, if you can join back, I guess maybe that will help.
So those who can unmute themselves can volunteer themselves, because it's an interesting round, you know.
I would like to go, if it's okay.
Who are you speaking? Wait. You can raise your hands or can type in chat box.
Start with Chintan. Chintan had raised his hand, and we can his audio video is working now. So let's start with Chintan.
Toastmaster Chintan, can you speak and can you unmute now?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Toastmaster Chintan, you have number 1 to 10. You can choose randomly any number, and beside the number there will be a topic. You will have 10 seconds to speak, and check if the timer cards are visible to you. Are they visible? Toastmaster Chintan.
I think he is facing network issues, so maybe someone else.
Hi, Rohan. Hi, Toastmaster Mayur. I'm back. My name is Zachariah Jacob. I'm an old Toastmaster.
Okay.
Not active anymore, but good to be back and see you guys here. I couldn't unmute myself before, so now I'm able to.
So, Toastmaster Zakaria, you have to choose a number between 1 to 10, and beside the number, there will lie a topic for you.
I'll go with number 8.
Okay, wait. I'll just check your topic. You have chosen number 8. So,
Yes.
I will be describing your phrase, and you have to describe it in your own words. And what does that phrase mean to you? That phrase is happiness is a journey and not a destination. You have to describe this phrase in your own words. Can you see the timer cards? So, Toastmaster Zakaria, happiness is a journey, not a destination.
I'm so
Happiness is a journey,
sorry.
not a
I'm so sorry. Your voice was breaking in between. Can you just repeat again?
Toastmaster Zakaria.
The topic, yes.
Happiness is a journey, not a destination. You have to describe the phrase in your own words. Happiness is a journey, not a destination. You have to describe your phrase in your own words, Toastmaster Zakaria.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. My topic for today is happiness is a journey, it's not a destination. This is something that I will not agree with, because end of the day, we are all embarking upon a journey where we hope that we reach a state where there is happiness. Happiness is something that will give us that immense bliss or satisfaction in life. And this is the objective that we all are trying to, whether it is through our careers by making financially becoming more stable, maybe looking at relationships, maybe expanding, maybe looking at a family, whatever. End of the day, your sense of satisfaction comes from a place where there is happiness. But this is something that is also very sketchy, and something that is not, we think that we are achieving everything, but are you happy? That is a question, that is a $1 million question we all have to face. So if you ask me, happiness is the journey, the destination is something that needs to have happiness, but journey could be anywhere. Like you to become happy, you also need to go through different phases in life, whether it is failures, whether it is sadness. All these things are part of life, which will eventually lead you to a sense of state of happiness, which should be your ultimate aim in life. Thank you. Over to you, table topic master.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Zakaria. It was an great listening to you, and I can agree with you all points that you said, that happiness is a satisfaction, and I enjoyed the most because I personally think that happiness lies in self. And as you said, that it can be anything. It can be financial state. It can be anything if regarding relationships and all. So thank you so much again, Toastmaster Zacharias. So next, who want to volunteer? You can raise your hands. I can see Toastmaster Chintan again raising his hand. Toastmaster Chintan, are you now able to unmute yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Toastmaster
can
Chintan,
see
you
the
have.
timer as well.
Yeah, you can see the timer cards.
Yes.
So now choose a number between 1 to 10. 8 has been already over. You have to choose the remaining numbers.
1.
Okay, you go with 1. So Toastmaster Chintan, you have a topic. If doctor gave you 5 years to live, then what will we have accomplished in that 5 years? If doctor gave you 5 years to live, then what will you have accomplished in that period? Toastmaster Chintan.
What an intriguing question. That if you have only 5 years left of your life, then what you will accomplish. But if a doctor says that, then the first thing which comes in my mind is I would not agree to it. Although doctors are paramount when it comes to health, but there are things beyond doctors' understanding, beyond science, that they cannot determine the number of years a person have. I would like to quote my own example. I had been at deathbed twice, and doctor told my parents that you need to wind up everything and call your relatives. That was the day when I got rebirth. And not for a single moment I felt that this is the end of life. The end of life would be when you believe it's the end of life. if you have the will, you will find not only way, but multiple ways and means by which you can live, grow, and whatnot. See, if a doctor says to me, I think I'll change the doctor. I'll introspect myself that what's the situation I'm in, what's the condition I'm in. And obviously, we can always ask for others because allopathy is not the only science available. There are things beyond allopathy and beyond science, because once what the technology people had are now extinct, and we are moving towards a target which was once seems impossible. Nowadays, kidneys, hearts, everything is available of plastic. Even scientists have discovered they can grow the brain itself. However, if I get real 5 years of my life, and that would be end, then I would like to accomplish what I have dreamed of. And my dream is one thing, to become a motivational speaker. What you would do, Toastmaster? Mayur, over to you.
Mayur, you're on mute.
Yeah, okay, sorry from my end. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chintan. You raised again the question to me that what I have to become in my 5 years. If we had 5 years, I can see as a college graduate, I have 5 years again till the age of 25. I can see as me. You usually mention that you have to become a motivational speaker. I was also a fan of motivational speaking, watching YouTube every day. You can see this teenage as it also distracting, but motivational speaker keep you level high. But I would like to mention that something is more important in your life beside motivation, that is discipline. I would like to follow discipline in my next coming 5 years. And I will appreciate you because you got the trick of this question that I did mention. If doctors give you, it could be anything, your parents, your teachers, etc. But you started your speech by saying that if doctors, then you mentioned that today everything is available for us, that the kidneys are available, plastic, everything. I really appreciate you for that. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chintan. And next, we are looking for next speaker. Who want to go next?
I'd like to nominate Amardeep to.
Okay, Amardeep, are you here?
So we also have Bhavna in the queue. She was raising her hand.
Okay, sorry, I was not seeing it. So, Toastmaster Bhavna, are you here? You can check your audio and visibility again.
I believe she is facing some technical issues.
We may also have Palash. Yeah, we have guest Divyansh and guest Palash.
Okay, Divyanshu, are you here with us? You can unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, Divyanshu, welcome to this table topic round. So, where are you now? Because I'm seeing you first time in this meet.
Yeah. So I am a guest for now. So I would like to, contribute towards the following.
Okay, so number 1 and number 8 are over. You have to choose the number remaining numbers. Numbers lies your topic.
Yeah. So as per me, my lucky number is number 2. So I'll go with number 2.
Okay, you go with number 2.
Yeah.
So, Divyanshu, if you had to describe your life in 6 words, then what will be those 6 words for you? If you had to describe your life in 6 words, then what will be those 6 words for you?
Can you repeat that? There was some hindrance in the line.
Okay. If you had to describe your life in 6 words, then what will be those 6 words for you?
Right. So first of all, to begin with, I think that describing my life in 6 words would be very difficult because as a person or as an individual, I am coming from a background wherein I had different experiences over the past 21 years, which I have lived. And, ranging from personal, financial, professional, everything related to every field of life, you have different experience. So if I had to choose only 6 words, then I'll consider those 6 words, as per me, will be, first of all, my parents. My parents, as a part of my life, have been very integral part in overall developing my journey, because I got to know a lot of instances from them, their personal life skills, personal journey, personal issues which they faced. Second would be my education. Education is something which taught me how to be empathetic towards the environment, how to be empathetic towards the society, how to live a life in which I can contribute towards the world, towards the development of the society as an individual. Third would be my overall mindset, having a positive attitude towards the life, and gaining some new instances out of every small challenge which you face in life. You get to know everything from the negatives to the positives. Fourth would be having challenges in life. If you have challenges in life, then ultimately you will have success stories as well. And going on with success stories, you get to know about the world and gaining from that. Fifth would be my overall environment. Living in an environment wherein you have all the positives, negatives combined, you get to know what all you will be having in the coming time. And sixth would be overall journey which I had. That will be my overall experiences which I'll be having at this point of time and in the coming years ahead. And I hope that if I have them, then I'll pass them with the flying colors. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you much, Vanshu. You did mention and journey. I really appreciate you for mentioning these powerful words. And we also agree that you mentioned the first word as parents. We all have parents, and we all are have a gratitude, have sense of responsibility to our parents. And then the last word you mentioned is journey. We all started a life from a journey, and we all have those 4 words in between. That is education, mindset, challenges, and environment. We need to choose the environment for the better challenges, and we must have the right mindset for the best version of myself. And I will conclude that you have really mentioned these 6 powerful words, and we totally agree with you. But for me, you can mention is that I am the best version myself. These are the 6 words. Okay, so thank you, Divyanshu. It was really amazing listening you. So can we have a next speaker who wants to volunteer next? You can raise your hands.
We have to unmute yourself right now. Are you able to unmute yourself now?
Yeah, you are audible.
Bhavna, raise your hand. I think Bhavna, are you able to unmute?
Yeah, I'd like to take a topic.
Okay.
Sorry, Toastmaster Mayur, just once again. Kirtiraj, you were also mentioning someone, so let's have the nomination after
Yes,
Bhav.
for sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Nupur. I would also like to nominate Toastmaster guests Amardeep and Palash. Are you able to unmute yourself? If not, kindly rejoin, and by that time we can have Toastmaster Bhavna's speech. Over to Toastmaster Mayur.
Okay. Who wants to volunteer next? Can they raise their hands?
Yeah, Bhavna is next.
Okay. Toastmaster Bhavna, welcome to this amazing round, table topic round. So as I mentioned earlier, you have to choose a number. 1, 2, and 8 are over. Remaining are the numbers from 10. You are required to choose any number.
6.
Okay, you will go with 6. So are the timer cards visible to you?
Actually, I'm the timer. So
I'll time it.
Yeah.
Okay, Toastmaster Bhavna, which is the best journey for you by the means of travel you have to choose, by train or by aeroplane? Which is the best journey for you by train or by aeroplane? Toastmaster Bhavna.
Okay. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mayur. It's difficult to choose because both airways and railways have their own beauty. When we talk about traveling to some further place, then obviously I love the flight journey because it helps us to reach that particular destination on time without having to spend long hours on the railway. And obviously, we get to see all the beautiful airports, which is another plus point of why I love to travel by flights. The wonderful meals, the kind of people that we meet while on journey. I love to interact with different kinds of people. So, and also one of the major factors is cleanliness. I am very finicky when it comes to hygiene, especially now during the COVID times. I think it is better to travel by air as much as possible. But on the same side, I would say that I was very young when I traveled by train to Delhi. That was my first trip to Delhi, after which I pursued my education and also I started working there. And today, Delhi is one of my most favorite cities in India. I must say that train journey cannot be compared to the flights that I take today, because it was so wonderful. The journey, the kind of all the cities I crossed through, the kind of people and the that I'd see, I could relate the difference between traveling by air and traveling by train. So I would say there's beauty to both of it, where airways gives you luxury and hygiene. Railways give you a lot of memories that you can cherish for your lifetime. Thank you much. Over to Toastmaster Mayur.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavna. We all can relate, and everyone could have related according to their views and opinions. You mentioned different aspects of your life and experience, and mentioning the advantages of both the ways. So thank you so much again. So we will move to our next speaker, who will going to volunteer. You can raise your hands.
Amardeep has, yeah.
Yeah, Amardeep, are you audible and visible?
Yeah, hi, I can listen. I'm so sorry for my bad throat. I'm so sorry, not keeping well. But yeah, I hope you can hear me.
Okay, Amardeep, as you have seen, you have to choose any number from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 6, and 8 are over. You have to choose the remaining numbers.
I'll choose number 5.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with number 5. You can see the timer cards visible to you now.
Sure, I can see that, yeah.
So, Amardeep, in your journey of life, whom with you, wait, sorry, so much sorry for the mind. See, life is a journey. And how will you describe the word freedom in your life? Life is a journey, and how will you describe the word freedom in your life, Amardeep?
Can you repeat the topic once again? I'm so sorry. Life is a journey.
And how will you describe the word freedom inside it?
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for the topic. So I'll be starting now. So thank you very much for giving such an interesting topic to me. Life is a journey, how you describe the freedom. So the first word that comes into my mind, freedom, right? Freedom is like a free spirit. Freedom for me means I can express my opinion, I can express my thought, I can express whatever coming my way freely. Freely, with no pressure coming from outside or no pressure coming from inward. I can express myself comfortably. For me, that is a freedom. Freedom for me, freedom of speech, freedom of action, freedom of expressing your thought, freedom of choices that I can make, for me is a freedom. And I would say that I'm being blessed that I been raised by such a wonderful parents, and by the kind of indomitable spirit they have given me. I would say that, you know, I cherish the word freedom fully to its maximum level, I would say, and I enjoy that zeal. So I would say for me, freedom, the way I'm leading right now my life, the choices that I'm making, starting from my career to profession to the personal choices that I'm making, and I can express my point of view comfortably, for me that is a freedom. So yes, thank you very much. Over to you.
Mayur, you're on mute.
Once again, sorry guys. Thank you so much, Amardeep, for your speech. I will really appreciate you for mentioning those 6 points that already our constitution has. You mentioned that freedom is to right to explore ourselves and right to express ourselves. And we all know, we all youth all know, exploring ourselves and expressing ourselves is most important. We have to be open-minded. And next, you talk about freedom of speech also. It's also important in our society. Thank you so much, Abadi, for such a great speech. So, who is again next one to go? You can volunteer or raise your hands.
Toastmaster Mayur, we're up with the table topic timing. I think
Yeah. Okay, so I really enjoyed your table topic rounds. All the speakers spoke very well, and I will really appreciate you, and I will really agree you with all the points that you have mentioned in your life. It also, I can also empathize. There are many life lessons and there are very many values inside this interesting table topic round. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thanks a lot, Mayur, for the wonderful session. Timer, can you confirm whether all the players are eligible for voting?
Yeah, they're all qualified.
Yeah, great. Can we have a ballot for a table topic session?
Okay, 10 seconds more, then we close the polls. Sorry. Majidi, you can go ahead.
Great, thanks. So, moving with the theme. So in my Toastmaster journey, I have a mentor who was guiding me all the way, saying this is right, this is wrong, and how to move on. So in everyone, I guess everyone have a mentor with them. So who keeps us on touching on many skills, like who guides us on improving our communication skills, empathy, confidence, and all those things. So that's it from my side. So I just want to I introduce Aisha now for evaluating our speakers for today's speeches.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you so much, and good evenings once again. Let's start my session, and I would like to call our first evaluator, Toastmaster Simranjeet, who evaluated Toastmaster Avinash Singh. Toastmaster Simranjeet.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aisha. Dreams are not what you see when you're sleeping. Dreams are what keeps you awake. The speaker wonderfully started with a story where he was dreaming with his closed eyes, and then he shared a dream which he was able to see while his eyes are open, to become a trainer and influencer, and also shared his vision and plan to reach the goal with a story which was very engaging. He not only shared his plan, but he also reasoned it, that how he came up with that plan, again with the story. And then at the end of the story, he made a point very clear, like people don't like to be educated, they like to be entertained. And then how he wants to put out his content to influence people, which really hooked the audience. And he also, when he was making this point, he just came very close to the camera, which I found again added impact to what he was saying. The third thing that I really liked about his speech was his energy and enthusiasm while he was speaking, because at that point of time he was sharing his dream. And if your dream is not exciting you, I think it's not worth chasing. And I as an audience was able to resonate with him while he was, feeling that excitement and that enthusiasm while he was speaking. As every speech and everything has, a room for improvement. So one thing that I would like to recommend is that his camera positioning was not right, while half of his hands movement were being cut, so try to place your camera where the audience is able to see till your waist, so that while you move your hands, the movement are completely visible, the complete movement, from start to end. So place your camera in that way. Second thing I would like to recommend is the pace. if you want to be an influencer, and if you have gone through the speeches, you would have noticed that the people try to slow down their pace if they want to add weightage to what they are saying, and they then try to speed up their pace if they want to excite the audience, and then they give a small pause so that the audience is able to grab what he is saying. So that way you can add impact to your speeches. Overall, I think all the objectives of the speech was beautifully met, where the speaker was quite energetic and enthusiastic about his vision and gave a takeaway for the audience to have a GPS for their dreams. With a little bit work on voice modulation and pace, the speaker would be able to deliver great speeches which would have great impact on the audience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Simranjit. And our second evaluator is Toastmaster Aditya. Toastmaster Aditya, who evaluated Toastmaster Rohan Bansal. Toastmaster Aditya.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. I'm Aditya Abhishek, and when I heard the title of the speech, Guardian of the Galaxy, I was amazed that I had to hear the story about the Marvels. But guess what? We got a beautiful story by Toastmaster Rohan and his parents. This story is common for all of us who come from middle class family of India. The way he described the very first sentence, that my father came and told us they cannot attend the funeral of a maternal grandmother because of some financial issues. That's the point. Myself and the audience have clicked on your speech and got your attention. The way you described your relation with your parents, that the speech is owed to my parents, that was heartwarming. And we all have our parents, and we all are appreciated and we are grateful to them, and we related ourselves to your story. And the way you said about your parents, that they are the root core value of empathy, and the way you described yourself, that failure does not define you or your identity, it defines who you are. You wanted how you grew up, how your benevolence, your courage, your indomitable spirit is gift from your parents. And trust me, we all agree to that. Now, when you were there, your speech was very scintillating and soothing, but there is always room for improvement. First was that you were standing in just one spot and you were not moving, so you can challenge yourself of acquiring those space. And the thing is, there was humor when you said come and did this, including when illegal work. It has humor, but I wanted more humorous stories with your parents, because I have tons of that, and trust me, it will be a great stand-up comedy speech. If you could have done that, it would be great. Now, the thing that really surprised me, that you just take your speech from another level. From when you started the speech, you were a little nervous, but in the body and the conclusion, you had that warmth and that confidence in you that I really appreciate. And I hope, and the way you are right now, I hope you received, and the way you tell the audience, please write something for my parents, it will be related to them. That was the moment where I was that was very heart touching, that you wanted others to feel up what you feel for your parents. That was great, and I hope we'll hear from you more. That's from my side. Over to the Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. Our third evaluator is Toastmaster Nupur as a TT evaluator. Toastmaster Nupur.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. And we are here with the evaluation for the 5 brilliant table topics we had today. Firstly, I would like to applaud all our guests and our Toastmasters for the indomitable spirit that they have shown today in looking at the tabletop and picking up the table topics despite of all the technical challenges that they face. So let's start with the first one. Toastmaster Zach, welcome, and it is so good to have you here in this meeting with us. We've always heard brilliant speeches and table topics from you. The contradiction to the famous Foucault was brilliant. We all just started understanding what are you going to say next, because usually if we go with the herd's mentality, happiness is in the journey. So that was great when we contradicted the topic, because you mentioned that we face several challenges during the journey in what we want to achieve, and thus happiness lies there. Two things as recommendations from my side is the camera position, that when we are going to speak, that plays a vital role. I was only able to see one hand, and that to just half the hand. So the hand gestures were not visible. That could have added brilliantly to what you were looking at. And slightly more structure to the speech. I could not find the starting and the closing. It was as if the thoughts were flowing, but the structure could be worked on slightly more. Next, we move on to Chintan. Chintan, thank you so much for joining back and taking this chance again. Right, so if it was really heart touching when you mentioned about your self story. I can't see Chintan here. Okay, I was looking at the screens, but I can see him here right now. So the self story that you connected with, it really impacted everyone to understand where is your thought process coming from. That when you said that I will not listen to the doctors, which is an impactful statement. The statement that you made, if you have the will, you will find not just one, but multiple ways, was a great takeaway that we had, that we could have added at the end as well. Two things from my side. Again, camera position, also the self position as in your posture. When we speak straight and when we speak like this, the voice changes. And that is how we can modulate our voice. So if we can change our body posture when we are delivering a speech, that would really be great. That would also add to a good voice modulation. So those were two recommendations from my side. Thank you. And our guest, Divyansh. Divyansh, it did not really look as if you are going for a table topic the first time. You were brilliant. The speech was very well structured. You started great and you ended great. The pronunciation, the vocal clarity was really wonderful. Just a suggestion, I could not see your hands, just the face. So maybe next time some hand movements would really add value, but kudos, great work. Bhavna, your soft, melodious voice encapsulates everyone. So that's always very great to hear you. And the closing that you had, where you gave the advantages of both the train journey as well as the airplane journey, was marvelous. I personally would want to see some more drama in your speeches. It's as if I'm hearing a saint when you say so. More drama, that we could connect more, and some voice modulation would really help add wonders. Thank you. Amardeep, I would thank you for attending this table topic, for taking part despite of your health issues. So a big applaud to you. It was a tricky one, I understand, yet the kind of expressions that, the kind of pointers that you gave, what would you actually want freedom to be like, is I think something that every one of us can resonate with. So that was really brilliantly structured, all points coming together, very nice. A good statement, a good takeaway to the table topic would really add value here. That was it from my side for the evaluation. Thank you so much. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nupur. And please vote for the best evaluator. Toastmaster Nupur, Toastmaster Simranjeet, and Toastmaster Aditya. Okay, now it's time to call our tag team. First, I would like to call our active listener, Toastmaster Sarang. Toastmaster Sarang. Toastmaster Sarang?
Yeah, am
Are
I
you ready?
audible? Yes, Toastmaster General Evaluator. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, okay. So as a listener, I'll be asking some questions. Those who know the answer can write it in the chat box. So the first question for today is, how long did Toastmaster Avinash run according to his speech? 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, or 20 kilometers? So the first one to give the correct answer is Toastmaster Majeti, and the correct answer is 10 kilometers. Moving on to the next question. By the end of which year did Toastmaster Avinash wanted to become coach, trainer, and influencer? And the options are 2030, 2022, or 2032. They've got many of our answers, and the correct answer is undoubtedly 2022, which is first given by Toastmaster Simranjeet. The third question is, who taught us that sadness, pain, resentment helps to build character out of adversity? Toastmaster, and the options are Toastmaster Rohan, Toastmaster Chintan, or Toastmaster Divyansh. Yes, many of you have given the correct answers. It is Toastmaster Rohan, and again, it is first given by Toastmaster Simranjeet. The next question is, parents, education, mindset, challenges, environment, journey. Who chose this in his or her speech? Toastmaster Chintan or Toastmaster Divyansh? The correct answer is Toastmaster Divyansh, and it is given by Toastmaster Kirtiraj. And the last question for today is, which speaker was on deathbed twice and helped us understand how life is precious? Toastmaster Chintan, Toastmaster Rohan, or Toastmaster Divyansh? And even before my options, the answer is Toastmaster Chintan, and it was first given by, again, Toastmaster Simranjeet. And that was the last question for today. Thank you all for listening patiently and answering these questions. Over to the General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarang, for the wonderful session. Now, I would like to call our multitasking Toastmaster Neha as a Graminian and as a AH counter. Toastmaster Neha.
Thank you, General Evaluator Aisha ma'am. I'm just sharing my screen. First, I would like to submit my report for the
screen, Neha. Your screen is not visible. Yeah, now it is.
First, I would like to submit my report for the counter role. First, the presiding officer Krithirajan Nupur. First, Kirtiraj having two crunch sounded and two filler words. Nupur is flowing during the presiding officer role. GMOD Majante having two crunch sounded as two filler words as well. Aisha Ma'am is fluent during the general evaluator role. And Bhavna is fluent during the timer role. R counter, as an R counter, I was not introduced myself, but yes, as a grammarian, I used to R's. And as an active listener, Sarang uses two crunch voices. Avinash was fluent during her speech. Rohan repeat two words during his speech. Simranji having two crunch sound, and Aditya having two crunch sound and one repetition. Table topic evaluator Nupur having 2 hours. Moving to table topic master Mayur with the two crunch sounds and one filler word. Chintan uses one but, it's filler word. Zach has used 3 crunch sound and zero filler words. Divyansh used 1 crunch sound and 3 filler words. Bhavna uses 3 crunch sounds. Amardeep uses 3 crunch sound and 1 filler word. That is our counter report. Moving to grammarian. First, I would like with the there is some phrases which is used during the meeting. The first is the journey of 1,000 miles started with 1 step. It's used by Majite. And being said is okay is used by Rohan. My favorite one is that dreams are not what you see in sleep. Dreams are things which do not let you sleep. It's Avinash. And the fourth one is used by the Chintan. If you have the courage, sorry, I missed something. If you have courage, I missed it. Sorry, I think I not mentioned it completely. I want to remove it. But yes, Chintan has also used a phrase. I think Nupur can.
It said, if you have the will, you will find not just one, but multiple ways.
Yes, if you have the will. Yes, it is there. Thank you, Nupur. And there is 2 not good uses of the sentence. It was, this is the last day. It should be, that was the last day. Doctor says to me, it should be, doctor said to me. Thank you, General Evaluator. That is from my side.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neha. Now it's time to call Toastmaster Bhavna as a timer report. Toastmaster Bhavna.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aisha. I'll just share my screen. Okay, so we start with the Sajnadams, Toastmaster Rohan. He took 3 minutes 53 seconds. Nupur took 7 minutes 20 seconds. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Majeti took 5 minutes 7 seconds. Toastmaster Aisha took 50 seconds. I took 1 minute 25 seconds. Our counter, Toastmaster Neha for her introduction took 25 seconds. Grammarian Toastmaster Neha took 1 minute 50 seconds. Active listener Toastmaster Sarang took 24 seconds. Coming to the speakers, Toastmaster Avinash took 7 minutes 22 seconds. Toastmaster Rohan took 7 minutes 58 seconds, which is slightly above the time limit, but we excuse him because the speech was fabulous and we're almost on time today. Coming to the table topic speakers, Toastmaster Zakaria took 1 minute 26 seconds. Toastmaster Chintan took 2 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Divyansh took 2 minutes 22 seconds. I took 1 minute 57 seconds. Toastmaster Amardeep took 1 minute 19 seconds. Again, kudos to the table topic speakers. They did awesome with the time limits. Nobody were disqualified. Evaluators, Toastmaster Simranjeet took 3 minutes 2 seconds. Toastmaster Aditya took 3 minutes 4 seconds. Toastmaster Nupur took 5 minutes. But that's okay because there were almost 5 table topics today. Orgs role players, active listener, Toastmaster Sarang took 2 minutes 48 seconds. Toastmaster Neha for our counter, she took 2 minutes 14 seconds. And for grammarian, Neha took 1 minute 21 seconds. That's all from my side. Thank you so much. Over to Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster. And please vote best auxiliary role players.
Please skip Toastmaster Veena. If you want to vote for Toastmaster Neha as our counter, you can do that separately.
Okay, it's time for my remote. Started at 3:35 p.m. Minutes late. Sergeant at Arm open meeting with great recited club mission, describe housekeeping rule very clearly, and handed over the virtual state to our very own and newly elected president, Toastmaster Pur and Kirtiraj. She took introduction with her super smile. Welcome everyone. Toastmaster Kirtiraj beautifully correlated his speech to theme and encouraged everyone with his positive thoughts, and handed over to our Toastmaster Kirtiraj. I must congratulate Toastmaster Kirtiraj for the wonderful job. He chose very simple topic, very powerful, with full strength topic. Engage everyone with full of enthusiasm and with interesting story. Journey of Master goes to you. The way he conducted the meeting seems lots of homework. Kudos to you, Toastmaster of the day. If I'm talking about evaluators, Toastmaster Simran, our first evaluator, totally justified her role as an evaluator. Her approach, CRC approach, she beautifully highlighted the positive aspect of the speaker. I'm sure speaker improve in future after her recommendation. The most commendable evaluation examples. If you corrected someone with examples, always beneficial. Toastmaster Simranjit gave examples of recommendation if you discuss about in short period. Our second evaluator was Toastmaster Aditya. Toastmaster, he also evaluated according to CRC approach. I really appreciate Toastmaster Aditya. His voice modulation of evaluation goes to you, gave examples for improvement, valuable suggestion, recommendation. He was very keen observer and really impressed with his evaluation. Kudos to you, Toastmaster. I am talking about Toastmaster Nupur. It was very difficult to evaluate 5-6 people in a short period of time, but Toastmaster Nupur, master of evaluating table topic speakers, she's evaluated beautifully each and every speaker takeaway. Kudos to you, Toastmaster Nupur. And now comes to Toastmaster Mayur as table topic master. totally justified his role. Encourage everyone for impromptu speaking. Topic were excellent. Encourage everyone for speaking. One recommendation for Toastmaster Mayur, you were speaking little bit fast. You could have kept your pace little bit slow. So everybody, some speakers and some other speakers are not catched your topics due to your fast. You are very, very fast, and please kept your pace little bit slow. Now if I will come to the next, our tag team, Bhavna as a timer explained her role beautifully and gave detailed reports confidently, and no recommendation to our this shining star of our club, Toastmaster Bhavna. Kudos to you. I must congratulate this indomitable girl, Toastmaster Neha, as a counter, as a Graminian. She took last minute this role as a counter. A big round of applause to Toastmaster Neha. Not in this meeting, in every meeting, she took role and really beautifully justified each and every role with full of energy, with full of enthusiasm, and gave very detailed report of each role. Kudos to you. Active listener, enjoy. Toastmaster Sarang, enjoy your session very much. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and today's meeting proved this. In my Toastmaster journey, this happened first time that three clubs clubbed together. Believe me, it was a very nice experience. I congratulate each and every role player and Toastmaster for their active participation, which made our meeting memorable. I saw happiness, smile, positivity, enthusiasm, confidence in 276 meeting of Toastmaster of Delhi. In the journey of life, we pass pleasure and pain. There will be sunshine and rain. There will be loss and gain, but we must learn to move forward again and again. This is from my side, and I hand over this virtual stage to Toastmaster of the day.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Isa, for the wonderful evaluation. And yes, today's meeting was very wonderful, and many stories, many people came up, and many stories we heard. Thanks to guests, you have wonderfully took participations. Hope I would be meeting you all again in next meetings. So I hand over the stage to Presiding Officer Nupur.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, and it was a wonderful session. Usually, the trend is that at this point of time, the presiding officers ask everyone about their experiences of the meeting. With your permission, Toastmaster Kirtiraj, I would just want to make a twist here, since we have three clubs, members from three clubs together. Let's just get to know each other. So do I have your permission to play a small game of just a 5-minute game? Okay, I'll take that as a yes, since he's not answering. All right. So the game goes, the theme of the topic is journey. Journey could be anything, journey of our life, journey of our dreams, journey that we had with our friends, our families. Let me just start with whoever is there on the screen with any one song, Hindi, English, any other language that they remember about journeys. Anything. So who do we start with? Any volunteers, or should we just go? Bhavna can sing. Toastmaster Bhavna. Let's have 2 lines on your favorite song, Journey.
I can't remember anything, actually. I'm thinking. In the meantime, if anyone else wants to go, please do so.
Okay, I can see Toastmaster Akshay.
think Kirtiraj has raised his hand, but yeah, okay.
Please go on.
All right. So Toastmaster Kirtiraj, do you want to start? We can see still see your hand here.
Let's start with Toastmasters with guest Akshay. Akshay, could you please sing a song for us? Anything which you love from anime, maybe, or maybe anything which you relate with a journey of life.
Yes, actually, I was in a camp in Himkund, and it was evening. We were near the beach. So when the river was flowing, we were actually singing Sham Bhi Koi Jaise Hai Nadi. And that moment, it goes like it's in our eyes every time. Whenever we friend meets, that song just came along in our mind and starts playing. And when we friends meet, it's the same feeling that we can't forget that moment. And that's where we started our journey actually. We met just 5 days ago and we were like best friend in that time. Well, that's all from me.
Wow, that's wonderful. Those are memories engraved very deeply in your heart. Wonderful. Thank you. Bhav, okay, anyone who's raised your hand? I think Aditya, Toastmaster Aditya had. You raised your hand for the song.
Kirtiraj was.
Okay. So our presiding officer, Kirtiraj.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nupur. One song which I love a lot, and it is with regards to journeys as well, is we have a lot of people in our life who become besties, who become buddies, and then that journey is very beautiful. How many of you feel so? That yes, people actually make our lives worthwhile. And that is where I would like to dedicate this specific song. किसी को सपना लगे तू, किसी को बहती हवा, किसी को बस बातों में करे पल में यहाँ वहाँ, किसी के 100 झूठ सुन ले, किसी का सच भी गुनाह, किसी के बस यादों में करे हलचल सारा जहां. TMO मीठी एमो तू छाव है, तू धूप है. TMO मीठी एमो तेरे हजारों रूप है. And that is what life is all about. A lot of phases, like the phases of the moon, and still we all are connected with the power of love, because even if there would be a lot of hurdles, there would be a lot of punches coming your way, life is a celebration in this moment. Would someone else like to sing a song right now? Over to Aditya.
Okay, this is my favorite song, and this is Shah Rukh Khan movie. It's from Swadesh. यूं ही चला चल रही, यूं ही चला चल रही, कितनी हंसी है ये दुनिया, भूल सारे झमेले, देख फूलों के मेले, बड़ी रंगीन है ये दुनिया. That's all. I think
it's incredible. It's incredible that you guys started and you have made away. So if you would ask me, I would just recite the song and never be able to sing. So kudos to you. Kudos to you to do that. Great. Bhavna, have you, do you remember the song now?
Meanwhile, guess Divyansh, in case Bhavna is yet to remember that, we'll invite guest Divyansh, then even Simranjit, and yes, Bhavna as well. Over to Divyansh.
Yeah, thank you so
can
much.
we just switch on our videos, because I would love to see faces. It's like half is visible, half is not visible. Please open, that will be great. And I request guests also, please, we love to see your beautiful faces.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, as per me, last year I was working on a project which was related to my studies. So we were actually working on a ventilator system which could be used for a rural emergency response, a cheap one. So in that we had certain failures, and we had a song which we used to sing, that जिंदगी ये सफर है सुहाना, यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना, पीछे रह जाएगा ये जमाना, यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना. So this song used to bring or give us some sort of an energy that whatever will happen we don't know, but you need to put in all your efforts each day, and ultimately we succeeded. So yeah, this was the song which I would like to dedicate.
Can someone do yodeling part of Kishore? That will be great.
Well, definitely not when we're live on YouTube, because here I actually have, as the official role needs me, I would also want to take the opportunity to ask Divyansh what he felt about the meeting.
Overall, my experience was really great. It was quite insightful to meet all of you, to listen to all your opinions, to share the views, and to meet such happy faces. Those whose cameras were switched off, so I would like to know more about them. But overall, it was such a wonderful experience. I really loved the session, and it was something different. And to come out of your comfort zone is something which gives you with lots of energy, lots of learnings. And I hope that in the coming time, I'll get to know more about all of you, and I'll definitely love to be a part of the family.
We would love to have you more and more with us in our meetings. Divyansh, thank you so much for joining us. Okay, now I see Rohan has changed his dress and come. So I think he's prepared. He has created a stage presence for the song. So Rohan, you're next. Yes, you're next.
If I sing, people will leave before the
We
time.
won't. We promise we won't. We promise we won't. We'll hear. So tell me the favorite song. You are the solo traveler. You should have a bunch of songs with you. Which one is your favorite?
So I love listening to old Hindi songs from the 70s, 80s, and one of my favorite songs is Chalte Chalte by Kishore Kumar. So that is something that reminds me of journeys, reminds me of the good times when music was still music, to what it is today. So, so yeah, that is my favorite song. That's all.
Which Chalte Chalte? I can give you 3 songs, Chalte Chalte.
Chalte Chalte, मेरे ये गीत याद रखना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना. That one.
Wonderful.
beautiful.
We finally heard Rohan singing. Yay. Okay. I can see Neha.
Toastmaster Nupur. Yeah, I was just gonna say, Toastmaster Neha, kindly unmute yourself. And after that, we'll also invite Toastmaster Sarang because he too is a musician.
No, I actually, I'm not singing that much well. Even Rohan is better than me.
Now just tell us about your favorite song.
No, I'm just reminding that song that जिंदगी एक सफर है सुहाना, यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना. That's it.
You're good.
Toastmaster Simranjit, it's your turn now.
Okay. One song that I can resonate with, and it's related to life, is from Bajrangi Bhaijaan. एक दिन मोहब्बत ओढ़ कर एक दिन गली के मोड़ पर तेरी हथेली पर लिखूं मेरा नाम तेरे नाम पर, फिर तू तकल्लुफ छोड़ कर, फिर तू झुका करके नजर रखना मेरे कांधे पे सर जिंदगी कुछ तो बता जिंदगी अपना पता जिंदगी. Thank you.
Wow, I think the three clubs need to have a offline meeting with a jamming session. We have some brilliant singers here. That would be great. Okay, Toastmaster Kirtiraj, you mentioned Sarang is a musician, right? So Toastmaster Sarang.
Yes, Toastmaster Nupur.
Right. Can we have your favorite song, please? Okay. Yeah, okay. Mom, let's see, Rohan.
Okay, my favorite song is Samjhawa from Humpty Sharma Ki Dulhaniya. मैं तेनू समझावा की ना तेरे बिना लगदा जी तू की जाने प्यार मेरा मैं करूं इंतजार तेरा तो दिल तू यो जान मेरी मैं तेनू समझावा की. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. So which version do you like, the male or the female? Which version of the song?
The original one, male, that is the Arjit Singh one.
The Arjit one, great, wonderful. Okay.
Nupur, before you go ahead, can we have the polls for the best role player?
Okay, when you said the best polls, I was like, say how we taking the polls for singing?
Even I thought for the best singer.
Before everyone gets into.
Bhavna, are you ready? Because next we also have Aisha ma'am.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna sing with video off, okay? There's some network issues here.
Not a problem.
Okay,
We'll
so
picturize you.
So I can just remember this song called Kaisi Paheli from the movie Parineta. Okay, here it goes. Nahi, 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 ye baatein hai purani. Kaisi paheli hai ye kaisi paheli zindagani. Ha, roka isko kisne, ha ye do behta pani. हो कैसी पहेली है ये कैसी पहेली जिंदगानी ला 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 जू 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 पीले इससे इसमें नशा जिसने पिया वो गम में भी हंसा. That's it.
Wow, I don't have words. Bhavna, I really don't have words. Thank you so much for sharing that song with us. Aisha ma'am.
I remember only one song. Ma, come fast, it's tea time. So please, I have to leave.
Till the time you don't sing Jan Gan Man, I'm fine. Sabko खड़ा होना पड़ेगा. So, एक शेर हो जाए.
Really, I can't remember. all are shouting in
Shouting with it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Right. We have one more guest Palash. Palash, can we have your favorite song, please?
I can't sing right now.
Okay, just tell us what the song is.
Yeah, the song would be Afreen Afreen from Rahat Patel.
Good one. That's a real good one. And how did you feel joining the meeting? Your feedback of the meeting, please.
Yes. So it was my first time here, and I was excited to be here. And at the table discussion, I wanted to take part, but unfortunately the time ended. So I will be excited for the next time and will surely participate. And I really liked one interesting thing that uh, after the discussion, we analyzed the discussion numerically, like what were the shortcomings and how we could improve itself. That was a very good part.
Thank you so much, Vilash. Thank you for sharing that and being so observant. Thank you. And we would definitely like to have you back in the Toastmasters meeting for a table topic session there. Thank you. All right. Anyone else before we close the meeting? Anyone else who would like to share? Amardeep?
Amardeep, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi. So I think this is my third meeting. So far, I think it's going really great. I always look forward for Saturdays to come. That when the meeting will be there and when can I be a part of this interactive session. So thank you very much. And I will be becoming a member soon, as I've discussed last time also. It's just that my health is not keeping well. That was the only reason for the delay. Else, I think I really appreciate the kind of hard work and each one of you is putting, and it is a very engaging activity. I really like it. Looking forward to be a member of it.
Thank you so much, Amardeep. And we can't wait for you to be officially be a part of the family. You're already a part of the family by joining the meeting. But great. So your favorite song? We can't leave you without that.
No, I can't sing, but I can surely let you know my favorite song. It's from the name of the song is Safarnama.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the song that I like. It's from the movie Tamasha.
Okay.
Yes, that's a nice one.
Let me just go. Simranjeet said it's a nice one.
Yeah, it's actually the nice one. And if you like to travel solo, I think you can actually.
I am a solo traveler.
Yeah.
So I love that song.
Yes, if you can sing, I think you have a pretty good voice, and if you can sing 2 lines for me, I think I'll be happy. Like I'll be happy if you can do that much.
She won't join unless you sing.
Okay. It's like सफरनामा सवालों का सफरनामा शुरू तुमसे खत्म तुम पे सफरनामा मेरी ओर से उठा तेरी ओर को कदम पहला मिलेंगे हम. Thank you.
All right, great. So with that, I declare, but I first actually thank everyone. Thank you so much for being such a sport and sharing your song, sharing your memories, singing it with us, and being a part of this awesome experience. So thank you so much. And over to you, Kirtiraj, Toastmaster Kirtiraj, for sharing your feedback and comments, please.
Thank you so much, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Nupur. Well, I personally feel that we as Toastmasters have an inevitable will for learning and growth. How many of you feel so? Come what may, even if you are actually going through a pressing situation in life, which is hitting you hard, still you are always there, because That's a journey where we cross 1,000 steps. We take actions for our own self and for our dear members who become a part of our family. Don't you all feel so that every Toastmasters club is like a small family? And then Toastmasters International, which is 97 years old, public speaking and leadership organization in itself is a big one world family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, as we have in Bharat. That is where I would like to thank you all for such a fantastic thing. And yes, like Toastmaster Bhavna said, it's inevitable will to learn and grow, which connects and unites us all as Toastmasters, learners for life. With that, I would like to share the results of today's meeting. I would like to request the host to kindly share the polling results with me in the chat. And meanwhile,
Kirtiraj, you are co-host, so you can see the results.
Okay, sure.
If you click on polls.
Sure. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rohan. Today, the best role player vote goes to, any guesses? We had an amazing Toastmaster of the day. We had an amazing table topics master and an amazing another person. Who was it? Any guesses? Yes, the best role player goes to Toastmaster Aisha. Congratulations. Next up for today, we have the best speaker. Any guesses? Someone who touched our hearts today. I gave a good hint. Just unmute yourself.
Someone because of whom we have the task to write a beautiful letter.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Toastmaster Rohan, congratulations on emerging as the best speaker for today's meet. Now comes the best auxiliary role player. Role player and auxiliary role player both go hand in hand, tied together. And that is where today, the one who actually took us on a joyride of different vocabulary, of so much of beautiful words and phrases and areas of improvements for us all, because that is where we all are here for self-growth. Congratulations, Toastmaster Neha, for emerging as the best auxiliary role player in today's meeting. Next up, evaluations are all about us knowing where we are standing and how much water we are. Yes, and that is where it is very important that when we step up and speak anything, that is where corrective actions are needed, so that in the next go, like we have in the production deployment of various softwares, in the next production run, what is needed is a better version. Today, I would like to congratulate our dear presiding officer for giving us fantastic areas of improvements and emerging as the best evaluator, Toastmaster Nupur. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And last but not the least, well. Guess what? Today, I would like my fellow presiding officer, in case we can use that veto power, where if we are having a tie for 3 people and there's one person who has just received 1 vote more, may we declare all the 4 as best table topic speakers. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that is where I would like to say, why just the 4 out of 5? Today, Toastmaster Zakaria, Toastmaster Chintan, Toastmaster guest Divyansh, Toastmaster Bhavna, and guest Amardeep, all of you are rising as best table topic speakers for this meeting. Congratulations to one and all. Maybe a history which is being made. 3 clubs, joint meeting, 5 best table topic speakers. Kudos to one and all. And that was all about it. Yet, We had someone who is a coder who was fast enough to write the answers. Any guesses? I would like to invite the listener to share who was the best active listener in today's meeting. Listener, could you please share it with us?
Yes, Toastmaster Kirtiraj. The most number of correct answers was given by Toastmaster Nupur, who is also the presiding officer.
It was Simran.
Simranjeet.
Oh, sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. It was Toastmaster Simranjeet, who is the evaluator one for today. Congratulations,
Thank you.
Toastmaster Simranjeet.
Thank you so much.
And that's so beautiful. We had all the people rushing in for giving those answers, and that even made such a clear that yes, people were so attentively listening to whatever was happening. Kudos to the listener for this wonderful role, as well as the active listener, Toastmaster Simranjeet, for such a fantastic participation today. I hope that the journey of 1,000 miles actually begins with a single step. Lao Tzu had once said that. Maybe it's time we all switch on our videos for a group photo where we would create a memory which would last our lifetime. I would request you all to kindly switch on your videos and smile.
Akshay, Aditya, Amardeep. Just for 10 seconds.
Kindly smile, 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 because while you smile, there would be miles and miles of smiles just because you smile. Please switch on your videos and give a gleeful smile. I would like to request for one more photo. We may use some reactions right now. Any random reactions. Maybe you can do a heart. Anime lovers will do that. Whatever others. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And before we actually end for today, I would like Toastmaster Nupur to just share one beautiful thing which you learned from this today's meeting. One word.
So one thing which I learned from today's meeting, apart from the new word, which I forgot again, and I'll have to go back to see, it's great to have the thoughts shared together as we all did. It's great to see the learnings from each other. As they say in different languages, you start ekla cholo re or main akela hi chalata. You have various share on that. We are all talking about solo travel, being there on the journey alone. But what really counts is you start that first step alone. You take that first step alone, and then be sure about the fact that you will get a family. There would be people who will not just support you, but join you in the journey of life, and it would make it happier and merrier. That's what I think I learned from all the experiences here today, and it was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nupur. Life is all about the kind of will where we love each other. We create a loving chain of kindness, tenderness, and compassion. That's the journey of life, and that's how it becomes even more beautiful, because we as humans are manifestations of love. I know there would be situations where you would feel a lot of anger, a lot of pain vibes. Though in the journey, a rose flower blossoms amidst so many thorns. And similarly, we people know that these kind of situations which mar our journeys, which make us pained, right? That kind of things actually are a puddle of mud. And within that rises that strong will to survive between all these kind of situations and go beyond and blossom like a lotus flower. which stays above all of it, untouched and blossoms. I hope this would be a beautiful journey for you all. Going ahead, keep all these things with you, and that's where I officially declare the meeting closed.